Hi, everybody. Welcome back to this episode of my podcast. I am very excited you are here. Thank you for joining me and coming back. This episode is going to be a part of my toxic coaching community chats that I've been doing lately. And this is pretty much about seeing the truth of one of these people in particular that I had been following for like 20 years and how I've been trying to balance the self-improvement master breakup, especially with like the current state of things. So yeah, pull up a chair. Let's get started. If you're like me, you have a plethora of emails in your inbox, and probably about 5 of them are like the important ones, and then you have like 95 emails that are all spam, all salesy type emails, maybe some bills, things like that. Well, part of this like spring equinox, I have been like decluttering everything, and that includes digital, right? Like, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I deactivated my Instagram. I really honed in on what I wanted from Substack. I really thought about how social media affected me. And it really peaked when I started to notice the coaching community and the level of just judgment and gatekeeping and impersonable, manipulated tactics that they use to sell you happiness, and it's just bullshit. It's really bullshit. This one person in particular, what sparked this podcast episode, it has been a span of a few years of how I've like just lost faith in this person. I've been following this person for about 20 years now. I've watched this person grow and become successful. And then in the past few years, I've just noticed the like relationship bashing and the telling people that they're not good enough, telling people they can't become successful if they're not hot, if they're not in a, like uncommitted relationship or single. It's just, yeah. So I've fallen off the wagon a lot with this person, and I really lost respect with them when they were part of the fakeness on social media. I know, stay with me here, right? But I started to notice that they would profusely say how they love their clients and they love their followers and how they spend hours on their phone talking to clients. The most I ever got was like a heart emoji in my Instagram messages from like a response. So no, you're not personal. And I get it. You can't respond to everybody, and you can't have the energy or the capacity to do that and to be personable with everybody, especially when you have thousands of people probably messaging you a day. I understand that completely. But I hold such different standards for people. I really do. And that stems a lot from my childhood. My father had several really successful companies, and they were very, very large. And my father was personable with everybody. I remember at one point, one of the businesses had over 800 people, and my father knew everybody's name, everybody's significant other's name, their children's name. They knew, like, he knew some of their mother's name. Like, it's really the effort, right? It's really the level of effort. So at the beginning of the year, I like unsubscribed from everything because I realized that they were charging so much money per month for something that I was completely capable of doing for myself and doing and helping for somebody else. Like I was following the dangled carrot for so long of, well, if I just do this one course, then I'll be better. And they'll want to be as a coach because they know that I have this, level of skill. Oh, if I just take this one more program, my relationship with my husband will be better. Oh, if I take this one more program, I'll manifest more money. If I take this one more program, it just compiled. And I realized that on top of these courses that I was taking from this one person, like thousands of dollars, one person, right? While they were fun and I definitely got benefit out of them, it was the monthly subscription. And I was like, raising the price to 60 something dollars a month when what everything that's going on. Come on, man. You're not trying to help people. Like here's how I rationalize it. If you have over 100,000 followers, right? You can't charge them $20 a month. I'm just saying, like on average, you can't like $20 a month. That's not enough money for you. Be enough money for me. That's a lot of money. Like you say, at 100,000 people, 50,000 people join your freaking monthly subscription. $20. That's a lot of money. So raising it from like it was like $30 a month, and raising it from $30 a month to like $67 with everything that's going on, what the fuck, right? Now, back to the like declining email, like I haven't gotten to unsubscribe from a lot of my things, so this person is one of them, and I keep getting their emails for this one particular program. And I noticed in the past 2 weeks, they have sent an email every single day. And every single day, it is a different tactic to get someone to buy this program. Okay. And one of the days, the one that started, I don't want to say that triggered me, but the one that like started the like, was the gatekeeping and saying how all of their courses that are the same as theirs wasn't as good as theirs because, they don't let you have the courses for life. Man, even the places that told me I wouldn't have the courses for life, I still have the course for life. Like, no, thank you. And then the one that really triggered me was a few days ago, the day I got stitches. That's a whole nother episode. I saw the email that triggered me, and it was the manipulated one, or manipulative one. It was poking the guilt trip at somebody that said they don't have the money. And it's interesting because I was one of the people that emailed and was like, hey, the economy is not good right now. And for someone in a small business, like I do not have the money right now to be spending. It's like over $6,000 to do this program. Like that's food on my table for my family. No. So I know I can't be the only one that sent this email, right? Because it was literally in the subject. It was in the in and out, like throughout the whole email, like stop saying if you have the money, if you, and like here comes the manipulation. If you really cared about yourself, if you really wanted to help people, if you wanted to, better your life, you would invest in yourself. That is coaching sales 101 and the bad side of coaching sales. If you're good at what you do, you do not have to manipulate somebody into buying your shit. I say that very vaguely because, yeah, I get it in kind of that service industry that's a leisure. So, yes, I would love, like I said, plenty of times, I would love to be completely successful in our services. But I get it. Times are tough. And seeing someone jab at people for being ashamed of not having enough money and then saying that a payment as low as $500 for the next year is affordable. No, I'm sorry. At that point, turn on your TV. Like, California's gas is $10 a gallon for regular. What the fuck? No, $500 is not an easy payment. That's not an easy payment. That's literally not even a quarter of the groceries. You get it. But then I started to look at it in a different light and noticed that they are hurting just as much as everybody. Because at the beginning of the year, when everybody was going into this like physical media movement and the nostalgia era, they started to step back from these false gurus, and then the Epstein files came out, and noticing all these connections and the quietness from the community, the toxicness from the stepping back again. So they are hurting just as much as everybody else, but they're not being transparent. And that to me is not coaching. Coaching is facilitating. I am just a guide. I am your fairy godmother. I am someone that helps you see what you are capable and possible of. I am not here to give you the magic pill. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. And I am not here to guilt you into giving me money. Like, come on. And trying to convince people to spend astronomical amounts of money on your services because you have so many followers does not make your shit credible. There, said it. I personally have a dozen degrees. I'm currently in another one. I love to learn. And I don't say this to, to be cocky, but I don't say it to really be cocky. I say it because we have become a world of you are only credible for your 5-star rating. You are only credible if you have over 5,000 followers. You are only worthy of success if you're this, that, the other. This whole gatekeeping thing is such bullshit. Especially, like, telling people that your shit for thousands of dollars and convincing them that they need to spend that money, and then you're not even like moralistically worried about how these people will feel when they are going to have to pay for these payments and can't put food on the table. No, no, thank you. No, that is not who I am as a person. And charging for gatekeeping is something that just bites my fucking nerve. Like, yes, I know a lot, but you know what? So does this person over here. They might know a little bit more than me. And somebody over here might vibe with you a little better than this person over there. Like, there is enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. So the same 15 people getting your money, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. And you still staying stuck, they don't deserve it. This is going to be the biggest truth bomb, and this is probably going to hurt a lot of people. But there is no secret to happiness. There really isn't. I am a naturally bubbly, optimistic, and happy person. I love to be happy, but I get bad days too. Happiness is a choice. It's an effort we put into it. It's making those decisions to put us on a path to feel better, to feel happiness. Happiness is our right. And the biggest thing that I really want to reiterate, to really yell to the person in the back, but stop thinking all coaches are like the ones that are famous. We are all different. We all offer something different. Just because somebody can put a logo they found from Google of Elle magazine, or I've been on this show, that show, okay, AI is a real big issue now, and that doesn't mean shit to me personally. I don't care if you have been on Good Morning America. I don't care if you have thousands of followers. What I care about is how I'm going to feel after my session with you. What I care about is what I'm going to learn from my session with you. And what I care about is how I am going to benefit from my session with you. Right. Okay. So I'm sure some of you have questions about my comment earlier about stitches. Ironically enough, the last day of retrograde, Mercury went direct, right? And then we were in this shadow phase until I think the 9th. It was literally like Mercury went direct. Everything went wrong. It was literally such a horrid day. And then to end it, my dogs decided, 2 out of 8 of our dogs decided to go at it. And I just had enough, and my perimenopause took over, and I went to go separate them. And the way I turned, one of them launched and got the back of my leg, and I had 30 something stitches. Y'all, everything is happening in my 40s for the first time. It's hilarious and amazing at the same time. I got married. Well, I was 39, but 40, really. Dry humping 40, practically. I had a baby at 40. I got a tattoo at 40. I now have got my first set of stitches at 40, or in 40s, I should say, because I am 42. Can't deny it, can't hide it. But yeah, I hope this helps, really. Not the stitches part. I just really wanted to update everybody because, I'm hobbling around and I can't really, wear nice clothes right now. But, as far as the what's happening in the coaching community, I hope it helps. And I hope it helps you to navigate and discern a little easier in making decisions about who you work with, whether a reader, a Reiki practitioner, a coach. I really want you to start discerning and doing research on these people, and don't be fooled. Don't be made felt guilty for not having money. Don't feel like you can't do the minimum, that you need to spend all this extra money for, fixing your life. We can do this all ourselves. And when you need help, that is what we're here for. That is what coaches are really supposed to do. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, rest your week, rest your month. I don't know when I'll be back, but it's been great. Hey, I'll see you next time.